So I just really quickly want to show you guys how you can preserve arm twists in Unreal like we have in Blender here. If we like take a look here and we rotate, I have a bond rotation here. Rotate this arm around, right? The twist follows, and in the rig settings we have a preserve volume here. I'm right above it, so you can see it. You can see it here under preserve volume, right? And this is the difference, right? And we can do this very easily in Unreal as well, and I want to show you how. Just yesterday I switched to Unreal 5.5 because what we're going to use has gotten some very big updates in 5.5. So, and I didn't really experience any problems with switching from 5.4 to 5.5. So I just really recommend switching because it also was a fairly big update. This might also work in the 5.4, I'm not sure, but definitely 5.5, there's the stable version of that. Because if I go in here in my skeletal mesh and I'm start rotating the hand, we can already see I'm losing my volume here as well. And if we go for the twist, I haven't set up a control rig yet, but if we also rotate the twist, right, we're losing the same volume right here. So how do we do that? It's really surprisingly simple. You just right click here. Actually, you have to enable an add-on, an internal add-on that is officially supported, which is called the deform graph, right? Yes, there are also like some setup things for the deform graph, like the ML deform graph framework and whatever. They have some presets in there, which I'm not going to use. It's like super simple. You just right click here when you enable it and restart your editor, you know the drill. And you go, I don't know where it is, deform. Apparently under animation deformer, and you just create a deform graph, right? And you double click that, and you really just need like 4 nodes for that to work. First of all, go under Explorer, and there you will find the primary, right? And you can just drag this in. This is essentially just your mesh, right? And from there you can grab out. I, for the matter of fact, want skinned mesh. This is what I want. And for some reason it doesn't connect. Just connect it again. And we also need dual quad skin. This is essentially the magic trick here. This node just already exists for us, and all we have to do plug in the obvious things, right? The thing that goes inside there and inside here. And the last thing, alright, and you also need to connect the skeletal mesh up here. And the last thing is that you need an output, and the output is right skinned mesh. So we're taking the skinned mesh, we're getting the information, we're doing some math, and we're overriding it. That's really about it. You can do a lot more in this graph, write some custom HLSL. It's a very powerful graph, but yeah, we will stay with that. And that's already it. And if we take a look over here, I already did that. It's like the exact same thing, so I'm going to delete that again. If we compare this, it's like literally the same, like 4 nodes. And all you have to do is put this onto your skeletal mesh asset. So you go into your skeletal mesh asset, right? And under asset details, right here, you go somewhere down here, or just type in graph or something. Graph, no, deform, and there you will find the deform graph, and then you just simply drop it in there, and you see volumes preserved. It's like that simple. 4 node, enable a plugin, put in 4 nodes, drop it in there, bam, done. So I want to drop in a little bit of extra information. If you're happy, go on, leave. However, I want to give you a little bit of an extra information because I'm going to do things a little bit differently. You have the deformer graph here, as we just discussed. I did it, put it out there, I took it out. The way I'm going to do things is, or when you're working usually with characters, you have a post-process animation blueprint. Post-process animation blueprint will just be in there and do things automatically. You could have variables and whatever, but generally speaking, you would run physics over there, like skirt physics or maybe foot placement, what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to quickly take a look at my animation blueprint, right? Here you could run the physics with the rigid body using the skeletal, what is it called? The physics asset, right? Where you place the capsules and the boxes and whatever. This would run through here, and you would use, in theory, imagine this being called a post-process animation blueprint, right? Actually, I should probably make the whole thing a little bit bigger for you. I'm on a fairly high-res screen here, so things would just run through here. Post-process animation blueprint, you put it into the character right here, and it does whatever you tell it to do. For example, run skirt physics, hair physics, whatever you want to do with that. And the input node would just grab the previous input from your actual animation blueprint. So you need the input in your post-process animation blueprint to grab the original pose, right? And the point I'm trying to make here is one part of that would be the control rig, right? And if we now create a custom control rig for like foot placement, whatever you might want to do, you can in a pre-forward solve add your modifier, your deformer, right? You're essentially putting the post-process animation blueprint onto your character, which contains the control rig, which contains the deformer. So you don't necessarily have to add the deform graph right there. You could put it into the animation blueprint, which contains the control rig, which contains the deform graph. That's just how I'm going to do it.